Hey there, I just want to welcome you to our online Norwex party. I'm going to go over our starter kit with you today, introduce you to Norwex quickly, and just give you the basics of what you would see if you were at an in-home Norwex party. First of all, I'm Megan Bell Smith, and I have been selling Norwex since October of 2015, and I, maybe like you, had never heard of it before. I went to a friend's party and not even a huge cleaner myself. I consider myself a pretty lazy cleaner and just really fell in love with it. I love that it gives me time back to do the things that I do love, and I've just really enjoyed it. So I hope that you will as well. First of all, Norwex. The name itself sounds kind of funny, but Norwex stands for the Norwegian experience. So it came to Canada a while back. But it's making its way into the U.S., but it originated in Norway. And so it's called the Norwegian experience. And Norwex's goal is to radically reduce the chemicals that we have in our homes. 80,000 new chemicals have been introduced in the U.S. in the last 50 years. And of those 80,000 chemicals, only about 200 of them have been tested to see how they affect us as humans. So that's kind of a scary number. And then 1 in 4 diseases are linked to environmental factors. So things that we're eating, things that are in our crops, things that are in our yards and things like that, in our air, all those are pollutants. Those cause a lot of our diseases that we see today. I myself was diagnosed with cancer 2 years ago. I had no family history of cancer whatsoever. I had a blood cancer, Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I asked my doctor, what causes this? And he said, there's not really any risk factors. We don't really know any risk factors. So, going forward now that I'm cancer-free, it kind of makes you say, how do you prevent something that you don't know how you got in the first place? So that's another kind of big reason why I stopped and made some changes to how I clean. If you're like me, I've always cleaned a certain way. I clean the way my mama cleaned, and so I use the products that she used, and I never really thought much else about it, and that was the end of it. But now that I know there is an easier way to clean that is also beneficial and that it is greener and healthier for my family, it's a double bonus. So I'm just going to show you our top products today. I'm going to show you what is considered our starter kit, and Norwex calls it the Safe Havens package. So if you're looking for it online, again, you might find it's called the Safe Havens package. But Norwex is known for their microfiber, and so I'm going to start actually with a kind of a cool demonstration using one of our main microfibers. Our microfiber is what we're the most famous for. You've all seen microfibers before. This is just a standard microfiber cloth that you might see in a store. And it's microfiber because it kind of pulls on your hands whenever you rub against it. So we've all probably used microfiber at some point. And the definition of a microfiber is that it is 1/6 of a human hair. Okay, so take a human hair, split it 6 ways. That's how micro a microfiber is. Our microfiber is 1/200th of a human hair. So wrap your brain around that. That is tiny, tiny, tiny. So that's one thing that makes us different than the other guys, is that 1/200th of a human hair, 1/6 of a human hair. What that means is that they can weave it that much more tightly. One of the things that you'll notice, and I don't know if you can tell here, but it's just the density of the cloth. You can see that there is, this one is much more flimsy. This one is just kind of a thicker, more durable microfiber, and they're able to weave those tiny, tiny fibers that much more close together. So that's one of the reasons that this one, to me, and when you're cleaning, you'll notice, is more superior to just a standard microfiber. So the density of the weave also means that you have a huge microscopic surface area. There's a ton of places for those bacteria, germs to hide and to collect in this cloth. So the third thing that makes our cloth superior or better, different than just a standard microfiber, is that it has micro silver in it. Okay, silver is important because silver is naturally antibacterial. Silver has been used since the Egyptians. Just a fun fact for you, Egyptians actually used to store their food in silver containers to help bacteria from growing on that food. So silver's been used since the Egyptians. If you have ever had a wound or burn, they may have prescribed Silvadine to put onto your burn. If you've ever had a C-section, sometimes they'll put silver on your dressing to help the bacteria from growing. And also, anybody who goes hunting, a lot of times silver's in hunting clothes. because it traps in the smell of your natural bacteria so that the deer don't smell you. Silver has been used in a variety of different ways throughout the years, and now we're putting it in our cleaning products, and it's just making it a lot more of a smarter clean. So the reason that would be important for you, the reason it's important that the silver is in there, is because that keeps you from getting that mildewy, smelly cloth. Okay, we've all used a cloth, thrown it in the sink, come back the next day, and the minute you walk in the kitchen, you smell that sour smell. Okay, I had all but given up on using any cloths in the kitchen because of that. The next day, it was gross. But you're not going to get that with this cloth, because whatever is left in this cloth, whatever you don't get out by wringing it out, the silver is going to it's going to kill it, because that bacteria cannot survive in the presence of silver. So that's another thing that I love about this cloth, is that it doesn't get that mildewy, nasty smell very quickly. So after about 5, 7, maybe 10 days, you will want to wash it, and you do want to launder it. And you can launder it in your washer and dryer. All of our microfiber can be laundered. You want to put it in the washing machine with a free and clear detergent. The reason that is because free and clear detergents are free and clear of perfumes and dyes. Perfumes and dyes, all they're going to do is coat over the silver that's in this cloth, coat over these fibers that are so good at soaking stuff up, and once they're coated, they're not going to do their job right. So if you use something with perfumes and dyes, this cloth is not going to work as well. It's going to be about the same as any other cotton cloth that you have in your cabinet. Okay, it's just not going to soak up like you want it to. So some kind of detergent with that's free and clear. They of course recommend that you use the Norwex detergent. What I did at first, I just got a little bit of this and just washed my Norwex cloths in it. Or if you don't want to get this, you can also use just some kind of free and clear detergent. And then also you can put it in your dryer. Just do not use any dryer sheets. Don't use any fabric softener, and try not to put it in with clothes that are linty. Okay, all of those things would, again, coat over the fibers to where they wouldn't do their job as well. Other than that, that's it. All of our microfiber cloths, again, can be laundered, washed, and dried. And actually, the dryer is good for them. And so you can repeat that process over and over and over again for a minimum of 2 years. Norwex is going to give you a 2-year warranty on all of our microfiber cloths. So you're getting 2 years worth of use out of this cloth at minimum. So that's great to know. So I'm going to show you, this is our Enviro cloth. I'm going to show you its capabilities. I'm going to take raw chicken, and you can see, if you're like me, raw chicken gives you the heebie-jeebies. I'm going to take raw chicken, and I'm just going to rub it straight onto my countertop here. I want to get it to where maybe you can see it there. Okay, so rubbed it on the countertop. And I'm going to take just our Enviro cloth. All I've done here is I've wet it with water. And you can see this is a well-loved cloth. They're cleaning cloths, guys. So if they get stained up and dirty, that's fine. They're still going to do their job. And that's one of the reasons that I show you one that is well-loved, because yes, it's got stains. Yes, I've used it to clean, which is its job. But it's still going to disinfect raw chicken off this countertop. So I'm going to take it, and I'm going to just wipe right there where that raw chicken was. I'll fold it over. Wipe it again, and I'm going to actually open it back up to where I wiped originally, and I'm going to lay it right here, and I'll show you why I'm doing that in just a second. I'm going to take a protein tester swab. Okay, and this is what they use to check for cleanliness whenever they go to restaurants to check for bacteria. So I'm going to take it. It's, like I said, it's a protein tester swab, and so you may be unfamiliar with that, but protein is actually smaller in size than bacteria and viruses. So if this will detect protein, it would certainly pick up if there were any bacteria or viruses present. So I'm going to take this and just rub it right there on the counter where I just had that raw chicken. I'm going to stick it in my tester. I'm going to break the seal, and you can see that it turned green. Okay, green means clean. Okay, green means clean. And I'll take this and I'll rub it on the raw chicken in just a second, just so you see that it will turn purple. But what that's telling us is that this tester did not detect any raw chicken where I just wiped up. Okay, and you're saying, well, how did it do that? You just used water. There's no way. Well, kind of the superpower behind our cloth is its absorbency. So all this cloth did was that it is really, really thirsty. It picks up 99.9% of whatever is on a surface. Okay, so I wet it down, I rubbed it across, it picked it up as fiercely as it could and removed it. So it's not like a chemical clean. We're very used to a chemical clean. We're used to spray it on a bleach or spray it on 409 or something. letting that kill the germs and being done with them. Okay, that's our trusty method. That's the way I always cleaned. This is a bit of a mindset shift. Okay, this is moving from that kind of clean, moving from a chemical clean to a physical clean. Okay, you are physically removing that bacteria off of the surface. Okay, you don't need a chemical to do it in that case. This microfiber is so thirsty that it's picking up 99.9% instead of spraying a chemical on and killing 99.9%. So it's picked it all up and removed it with just water. That's pretty cool. So another thing I want to show you, I left it open here. I'm going to take my protein tester swab and I'm going to just rub it across the surface where I just cleaned. I'm going to stick it back in here, give it a good shake, and you can see that it stays green. Okay. What that's showing you is that our cloths do not cross-contaminate. So I can take this cloth, technically I could clean my toilet seat with it and then clean the kitchen counter with it and it wouldn't transfer germs. Do I do that? No way. I'm a trusting soul. I'm not that trusting. So it is nice though to know that it has that capability. Why it would be important to you in your home, if you have a sick kid and you wipe in front of it where they just ate and then you go over and wipe the rest of your kitchen with this cloth, you're not just spreading those flu germs or cold germs all over your kitchen. So that's one of the reasons why it would be important for you. So our cloths do not cross-contaminate. The way that it weaves, it has a capillary action. It pulls those germs down into the depths of that cloth and holds on to it. Now, just to show you that this is not a faulty test, I'm going to take this and I'm just going to stick it down in there in that chicken juice, roll it around and let it get some chicken juice on it. And you can see it's already turning purple. So it is a pretty sensitive test. Give it a quick shake and there we are, friends. It does turn purple. So had there been chicken left on this surface, this would have pretty sensitively picked it up so that you would have seen it. So that's our all chicken demo. That one's kind of a cool one for you. And it is a mindset shift and just, learning that you can pick everything up off the surface. Now that this chicken is stuck in here, what are we going to do to get it out? The way that you would do it if I had gotten to this step, I take it and I run it under hot water. Okay, the reason that we use hot water is the same reason that you use hot water when you clean your face. Because when you wash your face and you use hot water, it helps to open up your pores, okay, of your skin. So imagine this as being skin. You want to open up the pores of this cloth, okay? And I take it, and I'm not going to be able to show you that well, but take it, rub it against itself under the water, let those fibers swell real good to get it clean. Run it under that hot water, wring it out several times, just to make sure that you're getting as much chicken out as possible. And then I take it, and if you're done with it for the night, if I'm finished with it, finished using it, then I'm gonna hang it to dry, okay? And that step's very, very important. So usually I'll just hang it like on my hooks or somewhere where it's gonna get plenty of airflow. You want to make sure that you're getting plenty of airflow so that the silver can go to work, so that it can, as it dries, any chicken that I did not fully get out of here, the silver is going to take care of. So the next day when I come back to get this cloth, I'm finished using it. The next day when I come back to get it, it's actually going to be cleaner than I left it because that silver is going to have taken care of it. So that's this is our Enviro cloth. And our Enviro cloth is the first cloth in our starter kit. Enviro cloth, and you can see it spelled here. Enviro cloth, anytime you see that backlock logo too, that means it has the silver in it. The Enviro cloth is our everything cloth. So it cleans everything. Enviro starts with E, everything starts with E. I use this on my granite, on my stainless, on my mirrors, on my glass, on my appliances. If the kids drop something on the floor and the carpet, I use it to spot treat. I use it on the walls if they mark on them. This one I just use on so much. So I'm going to show you. This one, again, it replaces also things like disinfecting wipes. Okay, if you're like me, disinfecting wipes, I use these a lot. I used to use them all the time in my classroom. And if you are using them, if you're like me, you may not have ever actually read the instructions on how to use them. It says to disinfect a hard, non-porous surface, wipe the surface to be disinfected. Use enough wipes for the treated surface to remain visibly wet for 4 minutes. So you have to use enough of these to keep that surface wet for 4 minutes, okay? That's more than one wipe, and usually I was a one wipe girl. So keep it wet for 4 minutes. If there are other brands, Other brands are 7, even 10 minutes that you have to keep it visibly wet. Okay, I was not doing that right. Okay, it goes on to say that if you're using it on a surface that may come in contact with food, a water rinse is required. Okay, so you're supposed to go back then and rinse it with water. Never knew those steps. I never did those steps. So this replaces, these do the same exact job. Okay, does ours do a better job than this? No. Okay, they both disinfect. Disinfecting is disinfecting. But why would you wait 4 to 7 to 10 minutes plus a water rinse when you saw how easily I disinfected raw chicken off this countertop? Okay, to me, it's a quicker choice. It's an easier choice. It's a more economical choice. I don't have to keep buying these over and over again. This is good for 2 years. So to me, it's just an easy choice. So that's our EnviroCloth. Our EnviroCloth's buddy, if you will, is the window cloth. Okay, the window cloth is also a microfiber. I'll let you see. It's just a smoother weave to it. It's a more silky feel. And this one, it's called a window cloth, but really it's just a polishing cloth. Okay, so it also has the silver in it, but this one you're going to use to polish anything you want to shine. So you can see my countertops. I wipe my countertops with them. I wipe my stainless with them. I wipe my mirrors, my windows. These two are my 1-2 punch. Okay, this is my Bert and Ernie. I walk around the house. I use this one wet. I use this one dry, and I go through my whole house and just knock it out. Okay, it's my wax on, my wax off. Okay, I use this one wet, and then I go back and use this one dry. Okay, and these just polish everything to an awesome shine. So this is going to replace your Windex, and you can use it to kind of clean your anything again that you want to polish. For example, I'm going to take, you can see yourself there, I'm going to take butter and I'm going to rub it on my mirror here. Okay, and I'm going to rub it in real good. So if you came across this in your home, you would probably grab some kind of all-purpose cleaner and paper towels to take care of this. And you would use quite a bit of paper towels, and you'd then have to use some kind of spray to kind of cut through it. So this is a kind of a gross mess, but if you have kids that have greasy fingers, or if you have dogs that make nose prints, or that toothpaste that's on the mirror in the bathroom, this is an excellent demonstration of that. So I'm going to take this, all it is my wet EnviroCloth. I'm going to take it and just wipe it off. And then I'm going to take my window cloth and just very quickly polish it until it's completely streak-free. Okay, so it's a very, very quick clean. It takes care of all of your kind of toting around all the different cleaners from room to room. Again, stainless, glass, mirrors, granite, anything you want to shine, you'll use that 1-2 combo on that. So these two are the first 2 items in our starter kit. The next thing in our starter kit is the dusting mitt. Okay, people love this. If you hate to dust, this makes this a little bit more bearable. So this is my good friend when I'm walking around. If you're like me, I'm not a huge duster. Okay, I dust when people are coming over. So I do love, though, that it keeps it simple for me. I take it. It's a microfiber too. You can see it's kind of like it's got a higher pile to it. You can see it's kind of got plenty of places for that dust to hide. I take it and I rub it against itself, get a static charge going, and then I put it on my hand and I go to town dusting. So I just walk around. It's great to dust as you go. It's good too if you have blinds. Close your blinds, wipe them down, close them the other way, wipe them down, and keep rolling. I also like it, the mitt design allows you to pick up stuff, dust it off, dust underneath where it was, and set it back down and keep going, okay? So I love that. I use it, you can use it to wipe down like air return vents. It's great for like if you have like chair railing in your dining room, because you can just form your hand to the shape of the chair railing, dust it, and keep going, okay? So the mitt design really helps as far as that goes. When this gets full of dust, take it outside, beat it out, beat it clean on your deck rails. Get that dust out of your home, okay? That's the difference. You're taking it out of your home, using this just dry, and getting it out. The other thing is that if you're not using some kind of furniture spray, then you're not leaving a residue behind. So if you're like me, I always use a furniture polish or a furniture spray, and in that case, yes, it would remove the dust, but then when dust started to settle later, a couple days later or so, guess where that dust is going to want to land? Right in that perfect, greasy atmosphere that you've left for it. So environment that you love for it. So this leaves a pure surface. Okay, this leaves it clean to where that dust is not going to have a great place to clean to anymore. So the dusting mitt is a huge favorite. The dusting mitt is the third item in our starter kit. The next item in our starter kit is our cleaning paste. Okay, our cleaning paste. And this one, again, this is probably our most versatile product. Customers love it because it is so, it has so many different uses. So I'm going to actually take a Sharpie marker and I'm going to write on a sample of hardwood and a sample of towel. And I'm going to let those dry for a second and tell you more about our cleaning paste. Our cleaning paste it's for those tougher scrubbing jobs. So you can see it. It's almost like a chalk type material, and it is just good for those tougher scrub jobs. So we call this elbow grease in a jar. So whenever I'm using this, I feel like I'm physically scrubbing, but it's also kind of finely scrubbing with me. So I use this this replaces things like Comet Soft Scrub, Ajax, Barkeeper's Friend, any of those kind of tougher cleans that require a little bit more elbow grease. And also, in a lot of cases, a lot of those that have the worst fumes, they run you out of the bathroom. Okay, so Comet has 146 chemicals in it. This has 3 ingredients. All that this is marble that they've ground up into a flour, coconut oil, and natural soaps. That's it. That's all that's in it. Okay, but you're going to be shocked at what it will remove. So I'm going to take that Enviro cloth again, our everything cloth. I'm going to take it and I'm just going to get a little bit of our cleaning paste, just enough to kind of make it white. And I'm going to take my sample here, and you can see very quickly that it just removes all that from the hardwood sample. And then I'm going to take it too, get a little bit more, and I'm going to do the same on my piece of tile. Okay, so it's removing that very, very quickly and easily. So it's scrubbing while I'm scrubbing. So this, again, is great for jobs where you need a little bit more abrasiveness. Now, I tell people, on your hardwoods, not all hardwoods are created equal. So you're going to want to use it in a corner or somewhere just to test, because not all hardwoods are finished the same. They're not the same types of wood. Test it somewhere before you take my word and go in the middle of your living room. But it does a fantastic job. Other things that it's great for, people love it for their grout. So I'll show you, this is my grout before and after. And you can see all I did was took a toothbrush and wet it and then brushed the grout like I brushed my teeth, and then wiped it clean with a damp Enviro cloth. I also used it on my oven. You can see I cleaned half of my oven and left half of it dirty, and it cleaned it right up. And then the thing that people love it for the most are for like your flat top stoves. Okay, that anytime you've boiled a pot over, you know that it makes such a mess. So the cleaning paste, again, so versatile. People keep finding ways they use it. I've had people that use it on the fronts of their tennis shoes, that white, that rubbery part that's supposed to stay white. If you've ever gotten North Carolina clay on that, you know it's hard to get off. This is going to remove that. People also use it to clean their foggy headlights. So just the uses for it, if you have like a glass shower, a lot of times you can take it and put it on your glass shower, and it helps to remove the scales off of it. And also, if you have like a porcelain sink or porcelain tub that has imperfections, clean those off. So this cleaning paste really has a ton of uses. Now, it doesn't look like it's much, but this tub lasts most families 2 to 4 years because you use so tiny of it, so little of it at a time. So that's our cleaning paste, and this is also included in the starter kit. The next item in our starter kit are our Sperry sponges. Okay, these are upside down. These are great because these are, they look like they're metal. They're actually not. I don't know if you can see very well. They're just like a soft, but kind of scrubby nylon. And what's cool about them is that bacteria cannot physically adhere to nylon. So these are going to replace like your green and yellow Scotch-Brite sponges. They're just abrasive enough to kind of get stuck on food off, but not enough to scratch your pots and pans. So you can use these on like your nonstick pans, and it won't scratch the Teflon. This plus the cleaning paste, this combo is what I use on anytime I do like a flat top stove, or anytime that I do a shower to to get the scales off, this combo of these two work fabulously for that, because this kind of softens up whatever I'm trying to remove, the minerals or the stuck on food, and then this kind of scrubs it away. So this combo is great together. These, when they get some food stuck to the outside of it, then you can just throw them in your dishwasher to wash them. So you get 2 of them in a pack, and they each last about 2 to 4 months. So you're going to use these. 2 of these, again, come together in a pack, and you do get 2 of them in the starter kit. The next item in the starter kit are our kitchen cloth and kitchen towels. Okay, so this is kind of like a kitchen washcloth and a kitchen hand towel. Okay, and I always have these hanging out. I have one right here that I have hanging. I always have one handy nearby in the kitchen, because these 2 items, honestly, have single-handedly made it to where I have not bought paper towels in I don't know how long. Okay, I don't reach for a paper towel anymore, and you just use them. The only reason I don't reach for paper towel to clean anymore, we use paper towels for our sandwiches at lunch, and that's about it. So you're going to use these to replace your paper towels in the kitchen, and just to do your like wipe ups. Okay, so I call these are kind of the pretty cousins to the EnviroCloth. These are all in the same family. They're all cousins. They all will disinfect raw chicken off your countertop. They all have the silver in them, but the main difference is the weave. So you can see here the difference in the weave. Now you would say that doesn't make that much of a difference, but you'll be shocked at how much better this one's going to pick up crumbs off of a countertop. So whenever I'm using this and I swipe my countertop, it's going to kind of pinch up those crumbs and remove them. So it works a lot better for that kind of thing, for bigger particles. So I use these 2 in the kitchen a lot more often. These are also kind of, I said they're the pretty cousin to the EnviroCloth, because these come in 8 different colors. You can pick colors that match your kitchen, and these are the ones that I don't mind having hanging out. Okay, I don't necessarily keep my stained up EnviroCloth hanging out for people to see, but these I have out. I don't mind. They're the prettier ones. They're the ones I keep for lighter duty jobs. So this one, again, is kind of like the kitchen washcloth. I use it to wipe the countertops. I use it to wipe my kids' hands. I use it just for those lighter duty kitchen jobs. This one I leave hanging out. This is what I dry my hands on. I dry big spills I do with this one. If I hand washed any dishes, this is what we dry them with. Somebody said they dried every single dish after Thanksgiving dinner with this one cloth. So it is very, very absorbent. So I'm going to take this glass of water right here, and I'm going to stick this down in there, let it absorb, let it soak it up. Okay. So you can see it has absorbed all that. Okay, it's not dripping. And it actually has a bunch of space still left that is still dry, okay? But you can see it is holding a ton of water. It'll hold 7 times its weight in water. So it's very, very thirsty, okay? For it to have absorbed that much water without dripping tells you that it has a ton of hiding spaces. So this cloth, this kitchen towel, and the kitchen cloth, both you get 1 of each in the starter kit. The other thing that's nice about this is that it's going to dry a lot faster than the EnviroCloth. So this one takes about 18 to 24 hours to fully dry. These only take about 6 to 8 hours to fully dry. So that's another benefit of them to have in the kitchen, is that they're going to be ready to use again a lot faster. So you do get a kitchen cloth and a kitchen towel in the starter kit as well. The next thing in the starter kit, we got 2 things left. The next thing in the starter kit are our body cloths. Now this was the point in the party that I went to the first time that I tuned the lady out, because I was like, there's no way this works. So these do for your skin what the EnviroCloth does for your cabinets, for your countertops. These will remove all your dirt, all of your oil, all of your makeup, even your waterproof mascara off of your face. Okay, if you're like me, anytime I had used a cotton cloth, I would always have the badger look, because it just spread the mascara around, okay, and it was like greasy almost, trying to get it off. I was using makeup remover cloths, trying to get it off. Those get expensive. All you're going to use is just water and this cloth, and you're going to be shocked at how well it's going to remove all of that makeup. You wet them, wring them out. The more you wring them out, the more abrasive they're going to be. So on my face, I wring them out half-heartedly, because I do have that sensitive area on my eyes. I use them and I just wipe the makeup off, and you'll be shocked at how much will come off. When I'm done using them, sometimes there will be still mascara on here. I'll run it under hot water, get as much of it out, hang it to dry. The next day I come back, I put it up to my face. It's not a mildewy smelling cloth because this has the silver in it. Okay, it's taken care of it. It's gotten rid of the bacteria. So I repeat that process. I use these probably every about 3 to 5 days before I launder them, just because we're dealing with face oils that do clog up the fibers a little bit faster. But these are awesome for removing makeup off your face. They replace your face wash. They also give you an incredible shave. They do not shave your legs, but they do give you an incredible shave. The way they do that is that you use them, wet them, rub your legs down before you shave, and then you can shave with just water, because what this does, it removes all the dirt and oil and dead skin so that your razor can get that much closer. And you're going to be, my legs twinkled when they were done. So these are our body cloths. You do get 3 of them in a pack. They're also excellent if you have allergies, skin allergies, or kids that do, because you're just using water and them. You don't have any chemicals for your skin to react to. So that is awesome. So it is a bit of a mindset shift that you can use these instead of your face wash, instead of your makeup remover cloths. And they're great. They do such a good job. This is a huge customer favorite. And you do get 3 of these in the starter kit as well. Last item in the starter kit, thank you for bearing with me, is our detergent. Okay. At this point in the party that I went to the first time, I thought, yep, I don't need that. This is not something I need. I had always been a Tide girl. My husband's mom uses Tide. I use Tide, and so I use Tide. And we use Tide and we use bounce dryer sheets. That was our kind of our routine. But I actually love the way this cleans. If you've ever had that musty smell in your towels, this is going to knock that out. So this is actually does 100 loads in an HE washer, 66 in a standard washer. But it does 100 loads, and it takes care of your clothes like you would not believe. So this doesn't look like much. It looks like a smaller sample size bag, but it actually does 100 loads. That's because you're actually only going to use I use about this much, about a half of a capful in my family's full-size load. I have a 3 and 5-year-old, and this gets their clothes clean. So if it gets their clothes clean, it'll probably get your clothes clean. This is all that I use, okay? So if you were using this, if you were comparing it to Tide, you would use a whole lot more Tide than this, okay? Or a whole lot more All or Gain or whatever it is that you use. But Tide and other detergents sometimes add in fillers, okay? This is Norwex, this is Tide. But they add in fillers, so they add in extra ingredients. Adding in extra ingredients a lot of times means that you get extra bulk, extra kind of junk in your detergents, okay? Those are cheap ingredients that they can add, and it's cheap for them to add them, but you feel like you're getting more. We live in a very Sam's Club mentality to where we want to feel like if I'm paying $20 for detergent, I want to go lugging dropped arm out of the store with what I got. Okay, but more is not always better. Okay, more doesn't mean that you're getting more cleaning detergent. So this actually, like I said, all that you're getting in that half a scoop is cleaning powder. You're not getting extra fillers. Okay, and fillers can be things like limestone and chalk that are added sometimes for suds. Fillers can be things like gluten to help thicken, alcohol so that they can ship from place to place and not freeze. Perfumes and dyes, things that they just add to them that are kind of extras that don't actually do anything to clean your clothes. I'll tell you a gross story. This is the way that I knew that this did a fantastic job. We'd had our sheets for about 6 months whenever I first started using the Norwex detergent versus the Tide. And when I went to get my white sheets out of the washing machine, there was a pile of dead skin sitting on top of those white sheets. Because the Norwex detergent had actually pulled out all that was stuck in the fibers of those sheets versus the Tide had just kept, getting most of it off, but then coating it over with a pretty smell. So this had actually pulled it out and gotten it clean. So it grossed me out. I scraped it off the top and ran it through the dryer and ran it again and then ran it through the dryer. But it was eye-opening. I don't know if you've ever washed you have clean towels and you go 2 or 3 days and you know they're clean, you folded them and you put them up to your nose and you smell a musty smell, okay? It could be that is the perfumes and stuff have worn off, and now you're smelling what's left in your towels. Okay, this is not going to leave anything behind in your towels. It's going to give you a pure clean. Now, it doesn't have a smell. You may miss a smell, but there are other ways around that as well. But this is just going to leave your clothes clean, purely clean. The definition of clean is pure, so it's not leaving anything there. Not a smell, not anything. Okay, your clothes don't smell bad. They just don't have a smell. So this is, again, another huge top seller. Is our detergent. So it's great on cloth diapers, things like that. It just does a fantastic job. And you can use it in other ways. I use it, I sprinkle some in the bottom of my shower to scrub my shower floor. I use it in a spray bottle with water if I want an all-purpose spray. I use it to soak my jewelry in. You can use it in carpet cleaners. So the uses for this are just amazing. So this is our detergent. You do get a bag of the detergent also in our starter kit. Now, you're probably wondering, how much is this starter kit? Do I need to sell my house so that I can buy the starter kit? And the answer is no, you do not need to sell your house. The starter kit is $153.99, which is a big number, and a number that kind of freaked me out the first time I heard it. But the average household spends between $1,200 and $1,600 every 2 years on cleaning products and paper towels. So all of this stuff that I've shown you is 2 years worth. You get a 2-year warranty with all of our microfibers. The only thing in 2 years that you might want to buy more of, you may want to buy more Sperry sponges within 2 years. You will definitely want to buy more detergent within 2 years. But let's say that you buy even extras of those. Let's say you spend $250 on Norwex in 2 years. That's nothing compared to that $1,200 to $1,600 that you use and you don't even know about it. Okay, if you're like me, I would go to Harris Teeter. I would get a cleaner here. I'd go to Sam's and do that big pile of paper towels and all that huge detergent and all that. It all adds up very quickly. Okay, so when you start to compare numbers to numbers, our starter kit really is very affordable compared to what you spend over the course of 2 years. I don't even visit the cleaning aisle at Harris Teeter anymore. There's no reason for me to go down there. I have everything I need. I have my all-purpose cleaner. I have my granite cleaner, my stainless cleaner. I have my disinfecting wipes all in this one cloth. I have my Windex. Okay, I don't need my Windex anymore. I have my furniture polish, my dusting polish. I have my 409, my Comet, my soft scrub, all of my tougher cleaners. I have my face wash. I have my makeup remover wipes. I have my shaving cream. I have my sponges. I have my detergent. I have my paper towels that I would have used for these kind of things. So when you start to add up all the things that you're going to replace with these things, it really does make sense. I hope that you'll consider the starter kit. Norwex, again, calls it the Safe Havens package. So if you're looking for it online or in a catalog, you'll see it like this. But it is a great way to start with Norwex. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I hope that you will let me know if you have any questions. It's meganbellsmith@yahoo.com or smartergreenerclean@yahoo.com. Either one of those, and I will be glad to answer any questions that you have. Thank you so much, and hope you have a good one.